Oh boy. Guys, gals, all y'all in the chat. What time is it? I want to see in the chat. I want to see in the chat. Oh, damn. I want to see in the chat. What time is it, man? What time is it? It very much is kind of like that. You know the drill. Yeah, that's right. You know the drill. It's Heim time. It is Heim time. Corey Heim goes out, does what he's done best all season long. It is 7-time Heim time. It's his 7th win of the year. And I had to double check this, right? So I keep it's clobbering time, apparently. Yeah. Apparently, as I hit my mic. But I keep the winners list or wins list for each series on my phone. And Corey Heim has got his 18th career Truck Series victory, tying him for 7th all-time with Dennis Setzer. He's 4 away from 6th, being Todd Bodine. He's 6 away from Johnny Sauter in 5th, and he's 10 away from 3rd, being Mike Skinner and Jack Sprague. So we are definitely seeing one of the best all time in this series. We'll talk about Corey Heim in a bit. We'll talk about the race itself, Majeski. We'll talk about Fox broadcasts, and we'll talk about the reset with the playoffs and all of that in a moment. But first, let's go through the finishing order of this race. Heim, of course, with the win after 250 laps of the 2025 Euro 250, 5 cautions, 48 laps. 2 hours, 13 minutes, 11 seconds. The runtime, 13 lead changes. Margin of victory over second place Ty Majeski, 0.923 seconds. Lane Riggs comes home 3rd. Sammy Smith, 4th. Corey LaJoy, 5th. Ruggiero in 6th. Garcia, 7th. Rhodes, 8th. Chandler Smith in 9th. Honeycutt in 10th. After that, we have 11th is Ankrum, Eckes, Enfinger, Gray, Quapple, the top 15. Cruz, 16th. He's the last one on the lead lap. Mills, -1 in 17th. Mosak, 18th. And Raja Karuth in the 19th spot. 20th, 2 laps down. Bailey Curry, Perez, 21st, just like last week. New team, same result. 2 laps down this time. Fenhouse, 2 laps down in 22nd. Starpoli, 23rd. Breidinger, 24th. Gould, or however the hell you say his name. I'm pretty sure it's Gold. 25th, 3 laps down. 3 down in 26th for Matt Crafton. Lights, 27th. Boyd in the 28th spot. He Lights 4 off the pace, 5 off the pace for Boyd. Roulette, 10 laps down in 29th. Costner, 30th, 10 laps down. Dawson Sutton last on the track, 31st, -27, outside of Hemrick. Muniz out in 32nd. Hemrick, 64 down in 33rd. Malozzi and Green, the finishing order. Will pop the finishing order and a lot of other stuff down on the bottom here, so definitely check it out. We do have the reset points, and I got it based on the cut line of 8th. Corey Heim is first, +62, +23 for Lane Riggs. Then you got Chandler Smith in 3rd, +16. Hemrick, +8 in 4th. Ankrum and Majeski tied for 5th, +7. Enfinger, 7th, +4. And 8th, currently the first, or the last one, I should say, in is Raja Karuth, +2 over Caden Honeycutt in 9th, and -3 for Garcia in 10th. We'll pop that on the bottom line in a moment. But first, I want to know what you guys thought of this race out of 10. Not the broadcast. We'll talk about the broadcast. Trust me. I had a tweet that for Truck Series standards went semi-viral today because of that. I personally thought it was actually pretty fun. I'm seeing 6.11, 7, 8, 7.11, 6.5, 8, 7, 8, 5 out of 10 some here. Actually 7, 5, 7, 8, or 7. It goes so fast as you guys put them in there. It's awesome. I give it a 7. Like, there were comers and goers through the race. There were strategies that could be done. Yeah, there was the dominant car. You had truck Majeski leading 143 laps. Heim being the second best for sure, leading 75. But they were able to be raced against. They were not unbeatable. Heim was good in the short runs, but the long runs, he didn't know. The 98 was better in the long runs, but he was very beatable on the restarts. I thought it was fun. I thought it was actually a really good race. I think the broadcast is going to take a bit of that away because they didn't cover some of the good stuff. But I mean, looking through, early on, again, it was like, meh. I get that. It starts off just sort of in the middle, a normal Richmond race. But once we had some of these, yellows coming out, not to say that the cautions or the crashes made it good, but more just the harder that they started racing as the night went on. You saw the comers and goers, and I like that. Personally, I like that kind of racing. I'm seeing there was. Let's see. 541 Baller says there was a fight. I mean, I'll have the Twitter up on my end if there was. I can. Well, I'll know, but not that Fox would have shown us. I doubt there. I don't know. I don't see anything about one. So I wish there was, but Fox wouldn't have shown it. I don't think there was one. Unless you guys can like give me a link or something like footage, like I'm not gonna believe it till I see it. There was, of course, Luke Fenhouse and Spencer Boyd going around, and Jamie Little thinking that the 66 was Quapple or the 76, one or the other. Trust me, man. No, there was not a fight. What? I misread the video. There was nothing about a fight on here that was close to the word fight. I'm glad it was just a misunderstanding. All good. And there was the back and forth for the most part through that run as well of Majeski and Heim. Of course, Majeski having the biggest part of that lead, but it was really the last run where Majeski's leading and a wave of green flag stops begins. The 11 comes in pretty early in it. Same with the 34. Majeski stays out long. I think that if they had went green, that's the smartest move with it. I think that, in my opinion, is the right move that they had. And if it goes green all the way, I think they easily scamper away with the win. But with 51 laps to go, his teammate, the 88 of Matt Crafton, gets into the corner hot and spins it around. I think based on what they showed on TV, I guess credit to Fox for showing something. Based on what we saw, from smoke on one of the trucks on some of the replays entering that, again, they never really highlighted all that much. There seemed to be oil or grease or something liquid on the surface of the racetrack down low. I think that's why the 88 went around. I don't think it's because he just went and lost talent. I know everyone wants to hate on Matt Crafton. I know he's an easy punching bag nowadays, being just out there and not really the greatest. I don't think that it was him doing anything malicious. It's his teammate. He wouldn't. And I don't think, honestly, he just lost it on way better tires than the 98 had. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter to the 98. He's the one who gets spun out of the lead. Granted, stays second, but seemed like that truck just wasn't the same afterwards once they got it back and restarted. Also didn't help that Corey LaJoie jacked his ass up into the corner and lost him like 5 spots. That probably was the difference between him winning on the ensuing restart and not. But hey, that's the truck series in a nutshell. As long as they're not wrecking and having an awful finish like that, I honestly don't think it's that bad, honestly. I have to admit, him being my pick, it kind of miffed me a little bit. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, really? We were on the verge of greatness, and then we didn't get it. But no, I mean, Heim at that point ran away with it. I mean, there was a good battle between him and Sammy Smith. The 98 and the 34 were there, but the 11 just that he did what he had to do. And again, showing why, yeah, he didn't have the best truck this time. It's one of the few times this year that the 11 hasn't been the best truck. But when you're always one of the best trucks, and I say this with different winners, I've said this about Cup winners this year and Xfinity winners and even other Truck Series winners, when you put yourself in that position every week and something goes wrong for somebody else, or you're able to pounce when nobody else is, you're going to get those wins. And that's what that team has done this year. When they're the best, they tend to go out there and be the best, and it's somebody else taking them out. When they're not the best, but they're up there, they tend to pounce and then get the win that way. I no hate on the guy. I know a lot of people are, love that the Heim time thing. I know a lot of people are sick of seeing him winning. I get both sides of it. I saw that put it on screen earlier, that comparison to the Jimmy Johnson era. And it feels like that. I mean, it is very dominant. He's probably the most, I would argue, Heim has probably been the most dominant single driver in this series since they let Kyle Busch race more than 5 races a year. I mean, when you look at regulars, it's been a while since a regular has been this dominant year after year. Now, it's also been a while since somebody is in this series as a regular year after year to dominate like this. But still, this season, I think the 2025 season for not just trucks, but in general, has very much been one of just like, you have to, you might not enjoy it on the entertainment side in the moment, but you have to appreciate the dominance that we see in these series. Again, with the reset and all that other stuff, I know he's plus 62 or plus 63 or whatever the hell he is right now. I can double check. It might be 63. I saw somebody saying earlier, so I might have got it a little wrong. But with the resets and stuff, he could he's plus 62. He probably is going to finish 4th because he's not the greatest at Phoenix. So I'm choosing to appreciate how good he is, even if it might not be something that's like, every time you turn it on a Friday or Saturday night, you're seeing something really cool happen, or you're seeing someone new on the scene, because we're going to get new people. It's the rumors are he's moving up next year. He's moving on, and he should. We're going to get new people winning. It's probably going to be Lane Riggs that's the dominant one next year. So, you know what? the reign of Heim, if you're sick of it, he's almost done. If you look at it that way. And I agree. He should probably have 10 to 11 wins. I mean, just think of the Homestead one right off the bat. He should have won that race. He was the best. And something happened. On the other end with Majeski, though, best run I think we've seen all year from Ty Majeski. ThorSport in general has been off. I mean, you saw it by just the pure speed that these trucks had in comparison. They were barely in the top 10 with his teammates, and then he's out there dominating. Now, granted, this is probably his best track speed-wise. I think he won the last 2 races here. I know he won last year, right? But this speed has not been seen from him really this year. And, I think that that's a really good way to enter into the closing months of the season, the last 7 races here for the chase, when, it's really been a bit of a struggle before then. He was decent at IRP, at a top 3 or so speed at IRP. But you look at the tracks in the first round, and I think they all line up pretty well for him. Darlington's probably, I think, the one that I would say be the weakest for him. But Bristol and New Hampshire, I think, really kind of fit him well. So I think it's definitely a huge disappointment that he didn't win tonight. He should have probably won tonight without the 88 slipping in the oil. But I mean, that is something that you have to take away from this race is the speed part of it, is how much better he looked compared to usual. Now it's just a matter of, can he carry that to a Darlington, a Bristol, a New Hampshire? Looking at some of the others too, Lane Riggs doing Lane Riggs things. He was a top 3 to 5 guy all night. He gets better as the season goes on. I am fully expecting him to compete and possibly win it all this year. You look at some of the others. Garcia did just enough of what he had to do. Rhodes out this year. Honeycutt, decent run tonight. Again, it was just sort of a night of comers and goers. Some finishes are relatively good for where they ran. Others aren't, and some are right where they should be. I honestly thought it was a good race. Like I did. I thought it was. The problem, I think, was the broadcast, and everyone, let's talk about it. Fair. LaJoie did well. He got put in a position and he did well. And he was running, I think, in the teens earlier in the race, got it underneath him and did a lot better than that 77 has done all year round for the most part. So you know, he for all the stuff that people pile on LaJoy, he is a Cup driver. And with that, he should be running up there. So, I mean, again, I think this does nothing but good for him. He should run up there, and he's good to go. But let's talk about it. Let me know out of 10, what did you think of the broadcast tonight? I'm gonna be honest, this might have been the worst of the year. I put out a tweet, and I see everyone's liking it and retweeting it, and damn, I did not realize how many people said that. And let me see your ratings in there. Like, yeah, I'm right there with you. I mean, it was awful. It's had no enthusiasm. They're running the final race of the year. Like, say what you want about playoffs, all that. It's the last race of the regular season. They're talking about this cut line. I don't think they showed the playoff cut line on screen once during the broadcast outside of like a caution. And it was just it wasn't one of those dynamic points things. Like, think back in the day when ESPN had the chase and they were doing that, right? ESPN had the points constantly showing. NBC back in the day when it was the chase side. Hell, NBC currently. Like, they always have the point showing. And you should have the point showing. That's important. Like, if we're going to talk about how important this shit is, like, let's highlight it. And they don't, because they're not putting any real effort into it. They're not. Regan Smith does his best in the booth. I think he's the best one up there. I don't think that means he's good by any means. Michael Waltrip, he's just not. It's Michael Waltrip. That's all I gotta say. And Jamie Little, I love her in the pits. I think she's one of the greatest pit reporters of the last 20 years to come into this sport. She is not cut out to be in the booth. She does not demand the authority to be in the booth by the way that she talks. She's not in any way confident with what she's saying. It seems like, and I get, this, pot calling the kettle black, I guess, with me, because sometimes I stutter while I'm talking on these. But at least it's like when I go to say something, I'm saying it. And if I get it wrong, you know what? I'll correct it and say whatever. But she's getting drivers wrong and cars or trucks wrong and who's in what truck, calling different things wrong. She'll be like, and Majeski goes to the lead. And why was there a delay? Why? That and Fox 2 going to commercial, 19 to go at a short track is the equivalent to me of less than 10 to go at Talladega. Time-wise, it is. So why? Okay, nice. It's side by side. Hang the banner, right? It's been a while since I've said that one. Hang the banner. You gave us a side-by-side commercial with 19 laps left while there's a battle for the lead at a short track. 19 to go at a place that they run the laps at 25 seconds. That means there is less than 10 minutes left of this race. And you're like, I don't really feel like it. Commercial. I mean, look at the football side of things. That's not like the 2-minute warning in football. That's like, oh, it's the Super Bowl and the Chiefs are running down the field and we're going to go to break with 40 seconds left when they're on the 35-yard line down by 4. No, you just don't do that now. And I've heard so many, whether it be Cup back in the day, Xfinity, CW has been much better, or the Truck Series side of it, and especially with the Fox side, because for some reason, a lot of and not all, but a lot of older fans will come at me defending Fox and saying, that's how it's always been. Like, deal with it. No other major sport in America has to deal with this kind of poor performance from their broadcaster on a weekly basis than NASCAR fans. The amount of people, it's who cares, deal with it. It's been like this. Like, I'm sorry. I think NASCAR fans deserve a higher level. I'm not even saying that every place has to be like Prime, right? Not even saying that, because I know that's pretty impossible for a lot to be like. They reset the game, the market, you name it. But can we at least get something on the level of 2016 Fox. Like, that was mediocre. Like, can the Fox broadcast for trucks just be TNT level? I wasn't a really big fan. I gave him about a C. I'll take that at this point. I don't care who has to be in the booth, too. I just want somebody who can call the race with confidence. I want 2 drivers in there that know what they're talking about. You got Regan Smith. Okay, add 1 more. Maybe Kenny Wallace instead of Michael Waltrip, right? Kenny will be sober. Like, we'll have those 3 in there. Whoever that has to be, whether it be Eric Brennan, whether it be my buddy John, hell, give me a ham sandwich and a place to sleep, and I'll go to the track and do it myself. I won't be that great. I don't think I'm lead broadcast material, but hell, man, like, I want Rick Allen. I'd love Alan Bestwick. Anybody that can just be confident with it, a booth that can take it serious, and then just, again, a broadcast company. And that brings me back to what I said earlier. Damn, it is closing in on 500 likes. That's crazy for a truck thing tweet. I said, I hope the rumor that Fox wanting to sell off the truck rights to someone else is true. This shit gets worse every week. And I stand by that statement. I know that there's people that follow me from Fox Sports that like to refute those things. I know there's people on the Twitter side of it that will be, saying stop complaining. No, I stand by. If the rumors that I've heard that have been on Twitter, that have been on Reddit, that have been all over the place recently are true, I would love if the CW, hell, I don't think they get much of an audience, but I would take Prime. Hell, I'd take NASCAR Productions, just putting it on YouTube on their channel for free over that. Totally would take that over what we have right now. With the CW, it's not perfect. I give it like a B on the year so far. There's definitely some warts that need to be amended a little bit with that. But generally, I think it's been really good. I would be completely fine. Even get some up and coming new people that are working for NASCAR Productions to do it. That I want the series to be taken serious in some ways, right? I do. I want it to be a really, really fun experience. And I know, like, I saw that video, and I'm going to do a full-on video about the truck series in general. The broadcasting is only part of it, because there's more problems with the truck series than the broadcast. The broadcast right now is just, it's right up there, in front of you. But I mean, I'll take just about anything at this point to make it better. It's unwatchable. There were a few times tonight I muted the broadcast. I rarely have done that outside of maybe 1 or 2 Fox broadcasts for Cup. I don't get it. I don't, and it's Fox Sports in general. Go watch just about any other Fox Sports broadcast that's not made by the production company of the league that you're watching, and it's atrocious. Or at least compare it to what it used to be 10, 15 years ago, and the standard has went down so much. I mean, even the football coverage, it's not great by any means. The Super Bowl this past year, I mean, you look at the graphics package they had, and it looked like it was unfinished. You see the baseball coverage they have, it's not that great, and all the other ones. I mean, Fox Sports to me used to be the gold standard, and now it's fallen behind NBC, that's for sure. I think CBS generally with most sports puts on better coverage. ESPN is up their game. Now, granted, they're getting Artie Kempner, so maybe it'll go down for Monday Night Football at least, but they've gotten better. Prime is the gold standard for any sport that they have at this point. Like, NBC is the best on TV. Prime's the best in general. It's been a sad, long fall. And yes, I'm right with you. Ethan has it right. Fox has refused to adapt, and that's just in general. They've refused to adapt. They're behind the times, and they are getting waxed every freaking week. And it's a bummer because at the end of the day, it's us at home that suffer from it. But I had to get that out of the way. I know it's going to be a bit. I know we're having a noon start time, Darlington in 2 weeks. There's plenty of good stuff to talk about with it. And again, I liked the racing tonight, but I definitely want to talk about that part of it. Anyway, I have to admit, I'm really looking forward to the trucks at Darlington during the day. Have it slipping around. I have a feeling there's gonna be so many single truck spins in that. Uh, Fox is a blue collar network. Oh man, Richard Childress is never living that one down. Yeah, that's good. I mean, Fox is the youngest TV broadcast in general with that side of it, and the oldest with their habits. Totally agree. Um, let's finish off with the super chat cool down lap. Hi, my wife's on the other side of the screen. Say hi to Riss, everybody. You don't have to come around this side, but they'll all say hi to you. Say hi to Riss, Wifeberg. Thank you, hon. Oh man. Yeah, she made me spaghetti and ground chicken. So she's awesome. She's the greatest. Um, between her and the cute little ice cube out there, I am a blessed man. There she is. she's great. I don't deserve her. Yeah, hey, at this point, it's mom's spaghetti now. Hey, I guarantee she's laughing at that. All right, let's do the super chat cool down lap, everybody. Have a fun way to end this one off. Listen. At the end of the day, it's sports. I still had fun with the night. There's bigger things to really be extremely upset with. So we'll end off on a fun way to finish off the night. And then I think I got to record some stuff for the NWP 400 on Sunday night. I got to record some stuff for that. We got some preparation still to do with that. So I can't tell y'all what it is just yet, but I'm real excited. I think if you guys watch on John's channel, 8 p.m. Eastern time on Sunday, I don't think you'll be disappointed with our broadcast. I'll tell you that. So now we'll get to super chat cool down lap. BCM says not interviewing Majewski seems lazy at the end. The whole thing was lazy, but I'm with you. It seems lazy because it is. They're just, the broadcasts are lazy now. They're careless and not to the standard that any professional broadcast should be at. Dakota 24 fan says Fox gonna Fox, can't show the points, pathetic. 98 clipped into the apron like he was playing NASCAR 21 Ignition. Yeah, you know what? In a few months, I don't think we're going to have to worry about talking about Ignition much anymore, except for fun little things like this. I got the chance to play it this week, had a lot of fun. Still got they've said they still are going to work on the AI and make it better, but generally, I had a lot of fun with that. I have a full video on it. If you guys haven't seen it and you're interested, going to be. I think people are going to be pretty pleased. I think it's better than the Heat series already. And the AI even not finished is better than 21. But again, wait to see gameplay for yourself before pre-ordering or making up your mind. Don't just go off of what I say. Judge for yourself. That's not just me saying it. iRacing also said, the people from iRacing also said something very similar to it. So I would say that. Wait to see it once the gameplay comes out with that. I just saw the Ignition. I figured I'd put that in there. M. Martin fan for life. Great race. Broadcast abysmal, almost unwatchable. That's where I'm at with it, man. I'm right with you. Like I had fun with the race. I think if CW, TNT, Prime especially, even Fox with effort, NBC, CBS, ESPN, whoever, if anyone else had broadcasted this race, I think everyone would have had fun with it. I think it was I think it was a really fun race, personally. Let's see. Below the Apron says, I hated the broadcast. When the green flag flew, it was like they didn't know the race started. They were talking about something else. Yeah, that's not the first time either. You're making me sound like Jerry Seinfeld. I also need my excuse to do that because I always have fun every time I do that. But I'm all seriousness. Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, they were too busy with their own conversation, and I don't know. Like, yeah, I know how long you have to be there before a broadcast, and I know how long you have to be after because there's so much stuff to do that you don't see on screen. You couldn't have got your conversations done then or waited till after. That's the thing. That's one of the things I learned from John when we do these broadcasts is like there is so much stuff to do beforehand. It's why like for like the race on Sunday, I'm probably going to show up at John's 6-7 hours early, and we're going to be prepping the entire time. And we'll shoot the shit. We'll have fun. We'll talk. But there's so much prepping. There's so much time you can have that conversation. You don't need to have it on your broadcast unless it's a quick blip. Yeah, I trust me, guys. I'm with all of y'all on this. Fox presents the 0-250 for 0 effort. That's about right. Justin Drake, Miss Self-Righteous, me, Jamie having Mikey and Regan sitting while she stands. So she was more obvious while she continued her terrible commentary is still the same as I remember the broadcast, the Jamie show, a joke. I don't know. It's like her brain short circuits, 6 or 7. Yeah, I'll be there 6 or 7 hours early for it. Like, why wouldn't I be? I want to make sure I do it right. Hell, with the podcast on Wednesdays, like, yeah, we're in there like an hour before, getting stuff ready, but I'm usually like at my computer getting stuff ready for the podcast on Wednesday nights, like 3-4 hours before, on top of everything else I did during the week for it. Like, if you want to do stuff live, and make it really good and cohesive and know what you're doing, you have to do a ton of prep work. Yes, it will. Yeah, you have to do a ton of prep work for it. There's just no way around it, especially when you're live. Young Money left 2 of them here saying Corey Haim has a golden horseshoe up his ass. I like the Kevin Harvick reference. There was the Kevin Harvick little thing they did with him and Keelan before I thought was cool. Said the NASCAR and Fox booth saying Haim time is hella cringe. Yeah, but I'm not even gonna hold that against him. Like, yeah, it's kind of like a little cringy nickname or thing or whatever, but I honestly think it's fun. Like, I don't mind that. Personally, because we don't really get all that much from these young drivers coming up, and it is something fun to do. I like when he's sitting there like doing that for the Heim time thing. We spam it in the chat. I ask what time it is. Like, I don't think it's that cringe, really. It's like the fun cringe, which is fine. Like, I honestly don't have too much of an issue with that personally. Tomorrow night, we will be live after the Cup race, whenever the hell that is. And then Sunday night, I'll be on John's channel for NWP 400 at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Same time, Wednesday night, we'll be on Eric's channel for NWP. We might be announcing a guest for the week after. We're not sure yet. We'll find out. So have we tuned into all of it? Plenty of videos I put out this week with a lot of cool stuff, so check that out. Sounds like outside of the Dover All-Star race thing, I might have predicted the schedule almost completely right. So cool. But listen, y'all judge for yourselves. Thank you guys so much for coming out tonight. I appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your Friday night, not Saturday, Friday night. And I will see you tomorrow. Later, y'all.